In the stillness of the night, a lone lorry driver embarks on a journey through a dense forest. The road ahead is shrouded in darkness, with only the headlights piercing through the thick canopy of trees. As the engine hums steadily, the driver is enveloped in a calm that feels almost deceptive. The forest, with its towering trees and shadowy undergrowth, seems alive in its silence. Every rustle of leaves and distant hoot of an owl adds to the eerie ambience. The road winds endlessly, each turn revealing more of the forest's mysterious depths. Yet there's an undeniable allure to this solitude, a strange comfort in being alone with one's thoughts. As the driver glances out the window, his eyes catch fleeting glimpses of the world outside. He notes the way the mist curls around the trees, as if weaving stories of old spirits that once roamed these woods. Despite the unease that tugs at his senses, there's a resolve to continue, to see what lies beyond the next bend. But beneath this quiet resolve, an unsettling feeling begins to brew. It's as if the forest itself is watching, waiting. The air grows thick with anticipation, hinting at secrets yet to be revealed. For now, it's just him, his lorry, and the winding road that stretches into the unknown. As he drives deeper into the heart of the forest, a subtle tension builds, a prelude to the haunting journey that awaits. And though he may not yet see them, the spirits are already stirring, ready to transform this tranquil night into an unforgettable odyssey. Little does he know, this drive will test his courage and wits like never before. As the lorry rumbles steadily along the dimly lit forest road, the driver grips the wheel with familiar confidence. Yet, in the stillness of the night, a peculiar rustling sound interrupts the monotonous hum of the engine. He glances around, searching for a source, but finds only the dense shadows of towering trees looming over him. The forest seems alive, its branches swaying gently as if whispering secrets among themselves. A chill runs down his spine. It's as though unseen eyes are watching him from the impenetrable darkness beyond the headlights. He shakes his head, trying to dismiss the unsettling feeling creeping into his thoughts. Suddenly, another rustle reaches his ears, more pronounced this time. It's not the wind, he thinks. Something else is out there. His heartbeat quickens as the lorry presses on, each shadow cast by the flickering headlights morphing into a potential threat. The road ahead appears to narrow, trees crowding closer as if attempting to swallow him whole. The driver takes a deep breath, trying to maintain his composure. But with each passing moment, the sensation of being watched grows more palpable, wrapping around him like an invisible shroud. He can't shake the feeling that he's not alone on this desolate road. In these early hours of the morning, reality and imagination blur, and he wonders if something from beyond has slipped into this world. As he navigates deeper into the forest's heart, unease settles heavily in his chest. Little does he know, this is just the beginning, a mere whisper of the supernatural trials awaiting him. With every mile that falls behind him, so does his sense of security. The road stretches onward into darkness, and with it, an unspoken promise that danger is just around the bend. The road stretches endlessly through the forest, cloaked in the velvet darkness of night. The engine hums steadily, yet there's an uneasy silence that lingers just beyond the headlights' reach. Suddenly, a shadow flickers at the periphery, a brief silhouette barely formed before it vanishes into the depths. The driver, heart skipping a beat, grips the wheel tighter. Just a trick of the light, he mutters, trying to shake off the creeping unease. But deep down, a primal instinct whispers that he's not alone. As he continues down the winding path, the night seems to grow thicker, the shadows deeper. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs becomes a potential threat, feeding a growing sense of dread that clings to him like fog. He glances nervously at the mirrors, half expecting to see something, anything, following him. The forest looms larger, almost as if it's closing in around him, a living entity with secrets it refuses to share. There's a sensation of being watched, an invisible gaze that chills his spine. Yet he forces himself to focus on the road ahead, dismissing each strange occurrence as his imagination. But denial doesn't quell the fear building within. It's as if the very air is charged with anticipation, waiting for something more sinister to reveal itself. With each mile, the tension mounts, setting the stage for what lies ahead. The driver steels himself, unaware that this first encounter is merely a prelude to the haunting yet to unfold. As the shadow fades into memory, an eerie calm settles in. Yet it feels like the calm before a storm. With bated breath, we await what comes next on this haunted journey. As the darkness deepens around him, the lorry driver grips the wheel tighter, his eyes darting between the road and the shadows lurking at its edges. The once distant whispers have now grown into a cacophony, echoing through the dense forest, each note sending a shiver down his spine. His breath quickens as the sounds of unseen footsteps seem to close in, leaving him no escape. Ghostly figures, once mere flickers at the edge of his vision, now stand clearer in the moonlit night. Every nerve in his body is on edge as the supernatural presence intensifies. Fear clutches at him with icy fingers, threatening to overwhelm his senses. Each fleeting figure that crosses his path pulls him further into their world, a world of shadows and secrets. Yet, even as his anxiety peaks, a resolve begins to form within him. With every turn of the wheel, he battles not just the spirits surrounding him, but the terror threatening to unravel his mind. Just as despair threatens to take hold, a brief moment of calm offers a deceptive respite. The forest falls into an uncanny stillness, and the unsettling noises momentarily fade. Our driver takes a deep breath, trying to convince himself that the worst is behind him. "It was just my imagination," he mutters, gripping the steering wheel a little tighter. His heart rate slows and a deceptive calm settles in. The darkness around him seems less menacing, and for a fleeting moment he almost believes he's alone again. But in the shadows, something waits, ready to shatter this false sense of security. A temporary pause, yes, but one that only masks the lurking presence. As he lets his guard down, the forest conspires in silence, preparing its next move. Little does he know, the spirits are far from finished with him. And so the haunting journey continues, leading us to the edge of renewed terror. In the heart of the night, as the lorry rolls through the dense forest, the air grows heavy with an unseen menace. Suddenly, the spirits return, their presence more forceful than ever. The driver clutches the wheel tighter, eyes wide with terror, as ghostly figures emerge from the shadows, swirling around him with a chilling intensity. Panic seizes his heart as the lorry becomes a beacon for otherworldly forces, their aggression palpable and relentless. Every inch of the forest seems alive with a malevolent energy, the spirits' vengeance unmistakable. They loom closer, their spectral forms casting an eerie glow that dances on the trees and road. The driver's breath quickens, his fear turning to pure panic as he realizes he's surrounded, with no escape in sight. The haunting is at its peak, an unholy crescendo of fear and suspense. The spirit's whispers are now a deafening roar in his ears, their intentions sinister and clear. He's trapped in a nightmare with no waking, as the spectral siege tightens its grip. The lorry shudders under the weight of their presence, each passing moment more terrifying than the last. Desperation claws at him, but so does a fierce determination to survive. With every ounce of courage, he fights to keep control, to push through the supernatural storm that engulfs him. As the spirits close in, he knows this is a battle of wills, his against theirs. This is not just a haunting, it's an assault on his very soul. And in this climactic moment, the driver must dig deep within to find the strength to face these relentless spirits. The journey has reached its critical juncture, setting the stage for what comes next as the battle between man and ghost rages on. In the shadowy depths of the forest, the driver grips the wheel, his mind racing. The decision to stop the lorry weighs heavily on him, fear clawing at his resolve. Yet an instinct for survival propels him forward. The spirit's presence is overwhelming, their whispers and ethereal forms pressing in from all sides. He can feel their icy breath on his neck, urging him to surrender. But within the chaos, a flicker of determination ignites. The haunting crescendos, each ghostly visage more vivid than the last, threatening to unravel his sanity. He battles with the choice: halt and face the unknown, or drive on through the spectral storm. With every nerve alive with terror, he knows he must rely on sheer will to push through. As desperation peaks, the road ahead becomes a battlefield of courage versus fear. What will he choose? Stay tuned as the story unfolds. In the heart of the forest, the driver tightens his grip on the wheel, eyes scanning the shadows that dance just beyond the headlights. This is the moment he has been dreading, yet somehow knew would come. the ultimate confrontation with the spirits that have haunted his every mile. The air is thick with tension, and every nerve in his body is on edge. Suddenly, they appear, ghostly figures materializing from the darkness, their intentions unmistakable. A chill runs down his spine, but instead of succumbing to fear, the driver feels a surge of defiance. A standoff ensues, the spirits swirling around him, attempting to engulf him in their otherworldly presence. But the driver's resolve only strengthens. He recalls every moment of doubt and fear he has endured on this journey and channels it into a fierce determination to survive. As the spirits press closer, he refuses to back down. His heart pounds in rhythm with the steady hum of the engine, each beat a reminder of his will to escape. He meets their gaze with unwavering eyes, a silent challenge that echoes through the night. With courage drawn from deep within, he pushes forward, breaking through their ranks with newfound strength. In this climactic moment, he understands that fear is no longer his master. The spirits waver, their power diminished by his unyielding spirit. And as they begin to recede into the shadows from whence they came, a new chapter unfolds, a transition to what lies beyond this haunted forest. In the heart of the forest, the driver finds an unexpected ally, courage. With spirits looming and haunting at every corner, he draws from an inner reservoir of strength he never knew he possessed. As the supernatural blockade threatens to engulf him, he resolves to push forward, undeterred by the phantoms that swirl around. This newfound bravery becomes his beacon, guiding him through the eerie shadows. The spirits, once powerful and menacing, begin to lose their grip, their presence waning as if acknowledging defeat. With each mile covered, the driver realizes that fear is no longer his master. This courage turns the tide, shifting the balance of power. As the haunting fades, a sense of triumph fills the air, paving the way for what lies ahead. And so, with determination as his compass, he sets his sights on escaping this spectral realm. As the lorry rumbles on, the dense forest begins to thin, revealing a path bathed in the faint glow of hope. The once menacing spirits now retreat, their whispers fading into the rustling leaves. The driver feels the weight of fear lifting, replaced by a cautious sense of relief. The haunting presence that once gripped the air loosens its hold, allowing the driver to breathe freely. With each mile, the forest opens wider, and the spirit's aggression wanes, as if acknowledging the driver's resilience. The darkness that engulfed him begins to dissolve, offering a glimpse of the world beyond this spectral domain. A sense of calm begins to settle, as if nature itself is exhaling. But as hope emerges, the journey is not yet over. With newfound strength, the driver presses on, ready to face whatever lies ahead in this eerie night. The driver breathes a sigh of relief as the dense trees finally give way to an open road. The spirits that once haunted him have vanished, like whispers in the wind. With each mile, the oppressive darkness of the forest fades, replaced by the soft glow of dawn peeking over the horizon. The lorry hums steadily, its headlights cutting through the lingering shadows. It's a journey that has tested him to his core, but now the promise of a new day brings solace and calm. As the road stretches out before him, the driver feels the burden of fear lift, leaving only a sense of gratitude for his escape. His heart slows to a steady rhythm, matching the peaceful cadence of the morning light. Yet as he drives on, one can't help but wonder if the spirits truly remain behind. The road ahead is clear, but the memory lingers. The journey continues. The lorry driver sits in silence, the echoes of the night's terrors still fresh in his mind. Shaken but alive, he wrestles with the surreal events that unfolded on the shadowed road. Relief mingles with disbelief as he replays each chilling encounter, a sense of survival wrapping around him like a comforting blanket. Was it real, or a haunting dream woven by the forest's darkness? His heart beats with gratitude. Yet a lingering question remains. Was he ever alone on that road? As dawn approaches, he reflects deeply, pondering if the forest holds its secrets close, forever hidden from the light of day. With the haunting night behind him, he prepares for the journey ahead, leaving room for the unknown mysteries that may yet unfold. As the lorry driver emerges from the dense forest, a moment of relief washes over him. Yet the night's events are etched in his memory. Though the spirits have vanished, their presence lingers in his thoughts, a haunting reminder of the supernatural encounter. Safe for now, He knows deep down that the forest spirits may visit him again. This realization leaves him with a chilling sense of suspense. As he continues his journey, he can't shake the feeling that this is not the end. The road ahead seems clear, but the shadows of the past cast long echoes. It's an open-ended conclusion to a night that will forever haunt his dreams. With a lingering sense of unease, he drives on, wondering when and if the spirits might return. But for now, he must focus on the road ahead, leaving the chilling forest behind. As dawn breaks, the driver finds himself back on the familiar road, the chilling forest now behind him. The sun's gentle rays pierce through the morning fog, illuminating his path and casting away the shadows of the night. With each mile, he feels the weight of terror lifting, replaced by a renewed sense of hope and normalcy. The haunting echoes of spirits fade into distant memories as the world awakens around him. Yet the experience lingers in his mind, a reminder of the thin veil between reality and the unknown. This new day, bathed in sunlight, promises a fresh start, a chance to leave the supernatural behind and embrace the real world once more. The driver presses onward, his journey continuing with a newfound resolve. But as he moves forward, there's a lingering question. Has he truly left the spirits behind? As he drives on, the next chapter awaits. As the lorry driver travels under the cloak of night, a sense of calm begins to settle in. But as he catches a glimpse in the side mirror, a ghostly figure lingers, its presence unmistakable. The chilling realization dawns that the haunting may never truly end. Despite leaving the forest behind, the spirits remain, a silent reminder of the supernatural lurking just out of sight. This eerie encounter leaves an unsettling imprint, echoing the spectral voices that haunt the driver's memory. The journey may have brought him back to reality, but the final glimpse in the mirror suggests an ever-present shadow. The road ahead is clear, yet haunted by the lingering specter of what remains unseen. And so the tale concludes on an eerie note, a reminder that some hauntings never truly fade away.